And in sport, Edinburgh's head coach believes they are in a strong position to qualify for the playoffs as they aim to finish as high up the URC table as possible.
Well, Amy's here, and that is a conversation that's going to keep going on in rugby and other contact sports.
It certainly is. And Edinburgh part of that trial, and that's exactly where we're going to start with our sports news this evening, Laura. Thanks very much. Good evening. We are getting to the business end of the rugby season, and after an up-and-down campaign, Edinburgh head coach Sean Everett says they are fully focused on finishing as high up the URC standings as they possibly can. The top 8 teams, they will qualify for the playoffs to determine the overall winner. And just take a look at how tightly packed it is in the middle of the table. Just look at that. 4 games to go and 3 points is what separates those in 5th and those in 11th. There are 4 teams on 39 points. The higher up you finish, of course, the more favourable the first knockout round will be. And that is all that's on Edinburgh's mind as they prepare to travel to Cardiff this weekend. Yeah, it's a big few weeks ahead for Edinburgh. And just staying with some rugby news for you. And Scotland and Glasgow Warriors hooker Fraser Brown, he is going to retire at the end of this season. And you can hear more from George Horn on the Scottish Rugby podcast. That's available later this evening with Andy Burke and Tom English. You can find it on BBC Sounds and on the BBC Sports Scotland website. Now, just to turn our attention to football then, and Ross County boss Don Cowie says that they will take belief from their recent victory over Rangers as they look to avoid those relegation playoffs. They are 1 point off 10th place St Johnstone there, and they travel to play bottom side Livingston in the first post-split game this weekend. A win would relegate their opponents and boost their own hopes of trying to stay in the Premiership next season. Snooker and John Higgins takes to the bays at the Crucible in Sheffield tomorrow as he begins his 30th consecutive World Snooker Championship against Wales' Jamie. Just quite incredible, Laura, that John Higgins hasn't missed a single World Championship since 1995 when he made his debut.
Yeah, and you wouldn't rule him out, would you?
He certainly.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks.